I welcome all of you back for continuation of satsang. The question which was asked in the morning session, the realization has two dimensions, the inner and the outer. So inner realization is aham brahmasmi, I am Brahman. The outer realization is Sarvam Khaluvidam, all this is Brahman. How do we realize all this is Brahman? When you say all this is whatever I see, whatever is available to our sense organs and the mind is Brahman. So this is the question. Am I correct, doctor? This was your question.
Yes, Guruji.
Okay. So we have to understand the realization is complete only when you have a realization of both inner and outer as one. The non-duality has to be realized in totality, not just I am Brahman is not sufficient. The totality, all this is Brahman, has to be realized. So how do you understand this? All this is Brahman. Sarvam Khaluvidam Brahma. So the realization comes from Chandogya Upanishad, chapter 6. I'll give you let me make an example. In a way, I'll try to tell you. Then I'll go to Chandogya Upanishad. So we see a variety in the universe. What we call as universe consists of living beings and non-living beings, two categories. Sun, moon, mountain, rivers, all these are non-living, and animals, human beings, birds, ant, insects, these are all living beings. So all these beings are a manifestation of one reality called Brahman. That has to be realized. One reality called Brahman appeared as all this. So Upanishad says, what we call as world or universe has 5 characteristics. Asti, bhati, priyam, nama, rupa. Asti, bhati, priyam, nama, rupa. Asti means it exists. Everything in the universe exists. The tree exists. Sun exists. The moon exists. River exists. So what is common for all of these is called existence. Existence is the underlying reality for all of this. Bhati means it shines in consciousness. It is available. Bhati means shines. Everything in the universe is available in consciousness. Consciousness reflects on the objects. Then I see object exists. Bhati. Priyam. Everything in the universe is something likable. I like this. I don't like this. But I like this and I don't like this. Both are purpose of what we call as priyam. I don't like this because something is priyam to me in the universe. Something I like, lovable to me. So asti, bhati, priyam. These are the 3 aspects of what we call as universe. Asti means exists. Bhati means it appears in consciousness. Priyam means is something in the universe is lovable to me. Like I like it. Lovable to me. Nama and Rupa, name and form. Everything in the universe has a name and a form. These are the 5 characteristics of what we call as the universe. Asti, Bhati, Priyam, Nama, Rupa. Now let us take one by one. Asti exists. Everything in the universe exists. The tree exists. The sun exists. That we, in English language, we say the tree is, the sun is, the moon is. The word is we use is pointing to existence. Isness points to existence. Isness, right? The cup is, the glass is. The isness is pointing to something of existence. So when you say this pot is, the pot has a name and form. But isness, does it belong to form, name and form? Isness does not belong to name and form. The isness is not a property of name and form. This pot consists of molecules. Molecules are made up of atoms. Atoms are made of subatomic particles. Subatomic particles are made up of energy. So pot is dependent on the name and form, depends on essence, energy. The pot is destroyed. Atoms are not destroyed. Molecules are not destroyed. Energy is not destroyed. The existence of the pot is not destroyed. Name and form can be destroyed. The existence cannot be destroyed at all. That existence is isness. We cannot see existence. We may not be able to see atoms or molecules or energy. The underlying all of this is called existence, astitva. That existence cannot be destroyed. So the language is imprecise. We say tree is. We say sun is. We say moon is. Now, when we say sun is, moon is, tree is, what is the noun here? Sun exists. Tree exists. Moon exists. What is the noun and what is the adjective here? Sun is the noun. Is adjective. Exists. Adjective is a property. Existence is a property of sun. It's an adjective in essence. The cup is. Cup is the noun. Existence becomes a property. Adjective. What is specialty of adjective? The essence is called noun. The adjective is a property, may or may not be there. One of the many properties called adjective. The Vedantic teaching is this is not a right understanding of objects. Existence is the noun. Name and form is a property. Give me paper. Existence is a noun. Name and form is a property. Because name and form can change, but existence cannot change. Existence essentially is noun. And name and form has to be taken as a property. It is as good as saying the right language pronunciation is isness appears as a pot. Isness appears as a tree. Isness appears as sun. Isness appears as a moon. Language we do other way. We give the importance to form, and essence we give as a adjective. Instead of saying tree is, isness appears as a tree. Isness is essential property. The tree name and form can change. The tree can be made into a table, but existence doesn't change. The table can be burnt, ashes. Existence does not change. The name and form has changed. The ashes can become fertilizer. The existence doesn't change. So the existence is invisible. Existence is the substance of the name and form. The real substance is called existence. Real essence is called existence. Are you able to understand this logic, Raj? See, what we are saying, what is the essence and what is appearance? The essence is existence. Appearances can change. Like gold is the essence. It can be a necklace, chain, and ring. Okay. So essence of everything in the universe is called existence, which is unchanging, which cannot be destroyed. The name and form can be changed, can be destroyed, but underlying existence, nothing can be done. No change can be done. Is this first point clear to all of you? In a way, our language creates a maya for us. The words we use, language itself is maya. That's what Shiva says, Shiva Sutra. Matrika Shakti. Our words, name and form creates illusion. The primary illusion is created by our language. We give importance to name and form. Existence we give, add to that. Tree is, we say, tree becomes name and form becomes important. Isness becomes a secondary. In reality, isness is primary and it appears as a tree. And isness for everything is same. The tree is, sun is, moon is. For all aspect of creation, the isness is same. That isness is called Brahman. It's called Astitva. Are we understanding what I'm saying? Okay, that comes to living, non-living beings. What about you? I am living being. I never say I am is, I is. I say I am. Right? When I say I am, the am refers to isness. I stands for consciousness. Am stands for existence. I exist, I say. So the am verb, am, when I'm saying, that am stands for existence. All of us speak of I am going, I am coming, I am. The I am remains same. When I say I am going, the I am is there and going is there. Going is related to body. The I am is constant. I was born, I grew up, I got married, I have children. The I is there and I am is there. Am refers to existence. So what is common to me and the tree is what? Amness in me and isness in the tree. Amness in me and isness in the tree. That is common. The amness in me and isness in the tree is called Sat. It's called existence. Is this clear to all? Radhika?
Yes, Guruji. Can you quickly summarize, or briefly summarize what you said from earlier? I joined for the last 5-10 minutes.
So we are speaking of Sarvam Khaluvidam Brahma. All this is Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi, Sarvam Khaluvidam Brahma. All this is Brahman. When you refer all this, we are speaking of the universe. In the universe has 5 properties. Asti, Bhati, Priyam, Nama, Rupa. Out of that, Nama, Rupa is Nitya, name and form. Asti, Bhati, Priyam is the nature of the universe. Asti means existence. How do we refer to the existence? We refer to the existence as isness. Sun is, moon is, tree is, river is. The isness points to existence of that object in the universe. Right? So, the isness is common. When you cut the tree and make the wood table, the tree has become table. Table is. You burn the table, ash is. So, the table can change the shape, it can be burnt, but isness remains same. The form can change, but the essence is isness, that remains same. Isness cannot be destroyed. Isness cannot be seen. So what we should say, instead of table is, isness appeared as table, isness appeared as tree, because isness remains same. Isness appeared as sun, isness appeared as moon. That isness is called Brahman or God. What remains unchanged. This is about non-living beings in the universe. What about me? I am conscious. In the consciousness, from point of view, I say I am. In my whole of life, I am doesn't change. I am coming, I am going, I got married. I and am will continue. The am is referring to existence. I exist. The tree exists. The tree's existence is called isness. My existence is called amness. The tree was a seed, becomes a tree, grows up and old and dies. But isness doesn't change. Existence doesn't change. The seed is, the plant is, the flower is, the fruit is, the isness remains same. Similarly, I was born young, grew up, became old. The I amness is same. The amness in me and isness in the tree is one reality. It's called existence. It is called Sat. Is this clear, Radhika?
Yes, Guruji, thank you very much.
Okay. Now, in language, we give importance to name and form. The isness we give to secondary importance. The tree is, we'll say, tree is the name and form. Isness we give secondary importance. In reality, isness appeared as a tree. Isness is primary. We can't see it. So, in our material world, we go from form to formless. Form is a tree and isness we give secondary importance. But in reality, isness is unchanging. That's called Brahman. And this is called Sat. So, second aspect of universe is called Chit, Brahman. Sat, Asti, Bhati. Everything in the universe shines. Bhati means shines. How does it shine? Where does it shine?
In the knowing.
Sorry?
In the knowing, intelligence.
In knowing, right? So the shining is, it shines in the light. The light is consciousness. That is called Atma Jyoti, inner light. So for example, look at this room. In this room, can you name one or two important objects in the room? Please tell me. Vidya? Laptop is important. You are not giving importance to me. So laptop, book, Prabhuji is there in the room. Book is there in the room. But you forgot to mention the light is in the room. Because light is there, Prabhuji is visible. Light is there, laptop is visible. We take it for granted that light. Right? We take light as a granted. Entire universe is seen in light. Light we take as a granted. We don't even consider it. But till the point of time when electricity shutdown is there. Oh, there's no light. There's no light. When the light is not there, then you'll understand the importance of light. But others, what is common level, you don't even give importance. So that's why Brahman is the most commonly available reality. We don't even give importance to that. So bhati means shine. What shines? Entire universe, I'm able to see the tree because there's a light. Now, what is light here? What light I'm seeing the tree?
The isness shines.
Name and form shines. Isness cannot shine. The name and form shines in sunlight. That's why I'm able to see the tree. If the sunlight is not there, I can't see the tree. Are we clear? So everything in the universe has to shine in some light. The light is called physical light, sunlight, moonlight, electric light. Some light is required for shining. Otherwise, the universe is not visible. Right? So this light, what you see, sunlight, moonlight, tube light, flashlight, whatever light is called physical light. The physical light can be switched on and switched off. They are on or off. They are temporary lights. But there's a non-physical light. What is non-physical light? Your inner light, your awareness. If you don't have awareness, how do you know the sunlight is there? How do you know tree is there? Awareness is higher light. That awareness is called Atma Jyoti, the light of consciousness. So entire universe is shining in your light. In the light of consciousness, entire universe is shining. It's called Bhati. If your consciousness is in order, where is the universe? The consciousness in the universe shines in the consciousness. And consciousness is non-physical light. It is not switched on and switched off. Now you say, I close my eyes. My light is switched off. Consciousness light. Is it really so? No. The consciousness light is called, repeat after me, Antarjyoti, Bahirjyoti, Pratyak Jyoti, Paratpara, Jyotireva Jyoti, Swayam Jyoti, Atma Jyoti, Shivosmiham. The light of consciousness always illuminating. It illuminates something or it does not illuminate anything, but light is always shining. In deep sleep, the awareness is there, but it's not shining on something. There's nothing to shine. Existence is there. That's called pure existence, Brahman. In deep sleep, you have become one with the Brahman, pure existence.
When we say you have become one with Brahman, who is that you? The mind?
When you say you, who is you? I'll ask the question, put the question other way to you. Who is you? Who is asking the question? Radhika?
The mind.
So the mind is called, which has something proper, ego, is called Jiva. It has become one with the existence. In deep sleep, there's no body, there's no mind, there's no intellect, There's no world in your own experience. So that has become one with the Brahman. What you call manifest reality has become one with the Brahman in the unmanifest form, in deep sleep, in coma, in death. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
But Brahman as non-dual light, awareness shines. There's nothing to know because there's all the things have become unmanifest. Nothing to shine on. So the Brahman is called primary light. The awareness is called primary light. Paranjyotihi, supreme light. And what is that? Who is the supreme light? You. Your essential nature is supreme light. That's called Brahman. Tattvamasi. That's why Mandukya Upanishad says, I am Atma Brahma. My self is Brahman. My innermost self, which I experience in deep sleep, called Pratyagatma, is Brahman. Their manifest form of me, the body and mind and world, has gone to unmanifest condition. But I remain, existence remains. That exists Brahman. That light has come from that. Antarjyotihi. That light illuminates my mind. If I close my eyes, my thoughts are visible. My feelings are visible. Emotions are visible. Where is the light there? There's no sunlight, there's no moonlight. But there's a light called awareness. In that awareness, everything shines. My inner world. Pratyak Jyotihi. Pratyak means Pratyak Atma. In deep sleep, the light shines. Nothing is there. In deep sleep, what is that? Nothing is there. Who knows? There's a light there which says nothing is there. Paranjyotihi. That's the supreme light. It's called Parabrahma. And that is myself. Atma Jyoti. That is my nature, essential nature. My innermost nature is called Atma Jyoti. I am that. You are that. So in my light, Paranjyoti, Atma Jyoti, the entire universe shines. And that Atma Jyoti is called Brahman. That's called Chit aspect of Brahman. Is this clear to you, Radhika?
Yes, sir. I'm just curious to know, like, when the world comes up. Now, after
When the world comes
deep
up,
sleep.
when the world comes up deep sleep to experience level, the world unmanifest in deep sleep becomes manifest in the waking state. And then light falls on that through your sense organs and the mind. And I'm able to see the world in my illumination, bhati. Are we getting what I'm saying, doctor?
Yes, sir. So the light, Paramjyoti,
Yes,
shines
Prabhuji.
on the mind. And the
Paranjyoti?
mind shows us everything. Okay.
No, Paranjyoti illuminates the mind. Mind is inert. Mind is also an object. And mind, it illuminates sense organs, and the light falls on the object. That's where I see the entire universe. Physical light shines the tree, but non-physical light, awareness, shines the everything. That's why it's called bhati, asti and bhati. So, in a very simple way of saying, you are illuminating the world. Your means your inner light called Atma Jyoti is illuminating the world. You are the light of the light, supreme light, Paranjyoti. Your essence is supreme light, Paranjyoti, Parabrahma. So there is a saying in Zen. Let me ask the question. If a tree falls and nobody is there to observe that, a tree falls in the forest, and if nobody is there to observe, did it make a sound? Did tree make a sound? Yes or no? Don't give me third answer. How many people say yes? One. Other people don't agree with that. Other people are not decided, or you don't agree that tree makes sound.
Yes.
Who? Tree makes sound. If nobody is there to observe.
When it falls, it makes the sound. Right?
But there is nobody to observe.
Doesn't matter.
So,
The sound is there.
no. See, universe, everything in the universe is appearance in consciousness. If the consciousness is not there, there's nothing in the universe. Everything is appearing in consciousness. If the tree falls there and a conscious entity is not there, then tree falling or not falling doesn't exist. I'll give you an example of your example. Okay. So in your dream, a tree falls. The tree falls because you're conscious of the tree falling. If you're not conscious, was there a tree or not there in the dream?
But there's a difference, right? It's in my dream. It is not reality.
This is also a dream. That's what the discussion in the morning. What we are experiencing in the waking state is a dream called Maya. So we had almost 2.5 hours of discussion. Waking state is a dream-like state. This dream-like state is called Maya. Everything appearing in the universe is appearing in consciousness. If the consciousness is there, nothing appears because consciousness is the primary. Appearance is the secondary. So, what is this cup? Actually, it's called cup consciousness. Now I become conscious of the cup. Cup consciousness is what I'm seeing. If I'm not conscious, there's no cup. So then you say, no, cup is not there for you. It's for me is there. Because you are consciousness. So you are not there because no consciousness is there. Then where is the cup? So we think that objects of the world are there independent of consciousness. I am conscious of that, this cup consciousness. Now you say, I'm not conscious. You are conscious. Somebody is conscious. In his consciousness, the cup is happening. That's why cup is there. If consciousness, nobody is conscious, where is the cup? The entire universe is appearing in consciousness. That's why it's called bhati. Antarjyoti, repeat. Antarjyoti, Bahirjyoti, Pratyak Jyoti, Paratpara, Jyotireva Jyoti, Swayam Jyoti, Atma Jyoti, Shivosmiham. The Atma Jyoti, inner light, is Bahir Jyoti. It's illuminating the world. That's why I'm able to see the world. That's why the world exists. When I say I, not as an individual, I is a consciousness. Either my consciousness or your consciousness, somebody's consciousness. It has to exist to say that world is there or not there. Whether the sound is there or not there. Is the logic clear to all? If there's no consciousness, there's no question of sound, touch, smell, taste, nothing is there.
So when they say Big Bang created this, there was no one.
Next question. Big Bang, I'll come to next question. Right? The Big Bang is answered in Chandogya Upanishad. I'll come to the next question. What is the Big Bang? I'll tell you. So, isness has a name and form. Name and form is illuminated bhati by whom? Neither sun nor moon. Your consciousness, my consciousness, somebody's consciousness is to illuminate. Bhati. If there's no consciousness, there's no concept of world, there's no concept of anything. You can't even think of anything. I'm not speaking of one person's individual consciousness, anybody's consciousness. Ultimately, it has to appear in consciousness. A consciousness only can recognize name and form. Otherwise, it is an indeterminate shape, indeterminate condition. Bhati means that, shines. Asti means existence. Bhati means shines. So Ramana Maharshi, when he was wanted to compose the book on Saddarshanam, there's a book on Saddarshanam. I have given many talks on Saddarshanam. Ramana Maharshi praises the Arunachala mountain as Shiva. Okay. Arunachala mountain is Shiva form. So he offers his pranams to Arunachala mountain. Then he puts a question mark. Arunachala mountain is name and form. But Shiva cannot be seen. Shiva is Astitva. Astitva cannot be seen. Only name and form can be seen. Shiva is the Astitva, existence of Arunachala mountain. Existence cannot be seen. Then he asks, whom shall I pray? Okay, in the Dhyana Shloka, whom should I pray? What is the answer he gave? He gives the answer, I pray to Jyoti. The Atma Jyoti, which illuminates the name and form, I pray to that. Consciousness is illuminating that. Astitva, existence, I cannot see. The name and form I can see, but existence cannot see. Existence is there. I cannot see it, invisible. But consciousness in me is illuminating that. That Jyoti I am praying, Atma Jyoti. That was Sadarshanam. So your inner light is illuminating name and form of the world. That inner light is called Brahman, Param Jyoti, supreme light. Supreme light is called awareness. So Bhati is clear, Asti is clear to all of you. So to give a meaning of Asti again, okay, Asti Bhati, Priyam. Priyam means everything in yours we like something, right? We interact with the world. Why do you want to interact with the world? The interaction gives us pleasure, some way. So, for example, an object is there. The object called banana is there. I am able to see banana. I am the subject and banana is object. What is the type of interaction I have banana? I want to eat banana. The object has to be part of the subject. That gives happiness. Understand? So, we want to make objects as a part of the subject. That gives happiness. That's why it's Priyam. Means I like. So, what happens to me? Object becomes a part of subject. There is happiness. Priyam. If banana is separate from me, no happiness. Banana is part of me, happiness. Everything which becomes part of me, whatever called me called, I feel happy. That's a nice car. Oh, okay. But nice car is my car. Wow. Right? Have you understood this? Everything I want to expand, so-called me and mine. The bigger it's me and mine, the better. All objects I want to make as a part of me or mine. So I have friends. My friend circle is big. That means they have come under mine. So the mind gives me happiness, which means expansion gives me happiness. And objects become part of subject, it gives me happiness. That's called Priyam. So what happens when objects become subject, object becomes part of subject?
Oneness.
Oneness is there. Object is separate from me, duality is there. Object becomes part of me, oneness is there. That oneness gives me happiness. That's why it's Priyam. Everything which is oneness gives me happiness. Separation gives me pain. Apriyam. I don't like it. The concept of Priyam is clear. Priyam means lovable. Priyam means I like. So in Mandukya Upanishad, there's a conversation which takes place between Maitreyi and Yajnavalkya. Yajnavalkya tells Maitreyi, oh Maitreyi, in the world, everybody says, I love something. Husband tells the wife, I love you. Then have you told? Indian men don't tell. Right? In Americans and tell very often. Others will divorce with them. Indian men tell or not, divorce can't happen. You are stuck. So, I love you. We say, I love you. Husband says, wife, I love you. Wife says, husband, I love you. But Yajnavalkya says, Maitri, nobody loves anybody. So he says, I love you to the wife, or wife says, I love you to husband, because the husband gives happiness to you, or wife gives happiness to you. We like objects which gives happiness to us because they give happiness to you. So love is primary or happiness is primary? For the sake of happiness, we love something. Priyam. If wife doesn't love her husband, or husband doesn't love her, if there is suffering, then it's not called love, it's called divorce. So husband gives love, husband loves the wife for the sake of happiness which he gets from the relationship. Banana I like because banana gives me happiness when I put it into the mouth. What gives me happiness, I call this I like or I love. Is the logic clear? Priyam logic. That means it becomes part of me somewhere. My, me, mine. It becomes a part of me. And if it gives me happiness, I like it. I love it. So in reality, husband loves the wife because wife can give happiness to him. Wife can give love husband because husband can give love to happiness to her. So who is primary? Husband or love or happiness?
Happiness.
Everything we do sake of happiness. Are we clear? If there's no happiness, we'll run away from that. We don't love it. And what is happiness? Please understand. What is the meaning of happiness? Sukha means what? When you are happy, suddenly you feel there's no limit for you. You become boundaryless. In the moment of happiness, there's no limitation for you. There's no time also in happiness. If your friend comes 1 week, 1 week is gone. Time is gone because you're happy. Understand? The mind momentarily stops. The time and space disappears momentarily in happiness. That's the nature of happiness. That's why we seek happiness. In happiness, mind becomes silent. In that silent mind, we experience timelessness and spacelessness, a sense of expansion, sense of limitations gone. And that limitlessness is called Ananda. You become limitless. Ananda comes from the word Ananta. Ananda, you experience the word, it's called happiness, Sukham. The momentarily, you feel Ananda, expansion. It's not physical expansion. Psychologically, we feel no sense of time and space. The example is, your friend has come. 1 month is over. So soon 1 month is over. Because you lose the sense of time. You lose the sense of space. You feel expansion in Ananda. Psychological expansion, not physical. Physical expansion, you'll have to go to hospital. Psychologically, you feel expansion. So that's why objects are priyam in the world. I love my wife because wife gives me happiness. Happiness, in happiness, I feel expanded. And why I love happiness? Because expansion is my nature. If something is not my nature, I won't like it. Feeling expanded, feeling limitless is my nature. It fits into my nature. That's why love is there. Love is secondary. Love is not primary. Is the logic clear? Asti, bhati, priyam. Priyam means lovable, likable. Why? It makes me feel expanded. When the object becomes one with me, I feel expanded. That's why there's no limit for ambition of human beings. Given an opportunity, they want to conquer the whole world. They want to bring everything into mind. Expansion infinitely. But it's a failure. It won't work. People have gone, conquered the countries, the world, and ultimately they won't get it. Because expansion cannot happen outside. Expansion has to happen inside. Ananda you have to recognize inside. But without recognizing Ananda inside, we are trying to get Ananda from the outer world object. Momentary oneness, in terms of wife, in terms of family, in terms of relationship. It's called anatma, non-self. The friend, or it's called relatives, money, power, position, body, and mind. Here we are trying to find happiness. We cannot find happiness because happiness is my nature, priyam. Happiness is my nature. Ananda is my nature. In Ananda, I feel expanded. I feel in tune with myself. I am comfortable with myself. That's why I like to love somebody. Is the logic of Priyam clear to all of you? So let me give another way of understanding happiness. We feel sometimes unhappy, sometimes we're happy. Do you know what is unhappiness? Continuous thoughts in the mind is unhappiness. Thoughts create stress, unhappiness in the mind. Suppose I see banana. Oh, this is banana. I want to eat banana. I'm hungry. These are thoughts. That's in some way unhappiness. The moment I open the banana and put it to my mouth, the object has become one with the subject. Then what happens to the mind? Thoughts will stop. I want to eat banana. I want to eat banana. I'm hungry. All thoughts are gone. Now taste is there. In the taste, thoughts have gone. The mind has become silent. Mind is nothing but thoughts. When the mind has become silent, the mind is one with Atma. Because everything thoughts are coming from Atma only, finally. So mind has become one with the Atma. And what is the nature of Atma? Ananda, expansion. So that's why I feel happy. Radhika? You want to, yes, doctor, you want to say something?
No, Prabhuji.
Okay. So happiness is in oneness. But oneness is temporary. Objects of the world, how much I can accumulate to get happiness? Every time I get something, it will disappear. Every time I eat banana, banana sukam is there for 1 minute. And after that, another banana sukam. If I keep on eating, I'll get diabetic. So happiness for the world is temporary. Then what you have to recognize? The happiness didn't come from banana. Happiness came from my Atma. My Ananda Swarupa gave happiness. Mind became silent, one with the Atma. That's what happiness is. So that way, Asti Bhati Priyam is the nature of the world.
Prabhuji.
Then, yes.
So I ate the banana, the thoughts stopped, and so then I was happy. And
Yes.
then after a while, thoughts come back, and hence I'm not happy again.
Correct. The thought is unhappiness. Thought is a disturbance in the consciousness. So now what happens? The mind has a memory of eating banana. And mind does not know that happiness came from Atma, because when happiness came, mind was merged with the Atma. Or mind is one with the Atma. So it's a no state of no mind temporarily. Then when mind comes up, from memory it says, I am happy because I ate banana. It associates happiness with banana, not with the reality. Are we clear?
Banana, I don't want banana again, but since thoughts come back, I'm unhappy again.
Yeah, then you, instead of banana, you may eat pineapple or whatever is that. Or you may eat the head of somebody also. But something you have to eat.
Yeah. So the thing is, because thoughts come back, then again we become restless and back into the samsara.
Correct. But mind does not understand. Happiness didn't come from the object. It came from Atma. It doesn't understand.
Right.
Are we clear?
Yes.
So it's called Asti Bhati Priyam. Then we come to Nama and Rupa. Name and form. So name and form, every object in the world has a name. Every object in the world has a form. So what is this? Paper. What is this? It's a plane. It's a rocket. Rocket can fly. Rocket has a name and form. But what is it here? Paper. So is there paper here or rocket here? What is there? Paper is a substance. Rocket is the name and form. Is there a paper here? Rocket here? Doctor?
Paper.
Paper. No, you are rocket only, no? See? You say, I say rocket and you say paper. Which is true?
Paper is the underlying reality.
So, depending on what you see the underlying reality or name and form. Right? So, underlying reality of everything in the universe is astitva, existence. The name and form of that we give importance. Underlying reality is astitva, existence. So, if you give importance to existence is called astitva or Brahman. Name and form you give next level of reality, at lower level reality. Then what is there? The tree is. What is tree, sir, doctor, then?
Again, Brahman or Astitva.
Brahman, astitva. Astitva we are ignoring and calling it as a tree. We are giving importance to name and form. The substance is existence, nama and rupa. The tree is Brahman. The sun is Brahman. Moon is Brahman. River is Brahman. All name and form are just mere name and forms. Name and form can change. The rocket can become a boat. But paper, nothing happens to paper. The paper is the underlying reality, astitva, existence. So name and form are called mithya. Mithya means changing reality. They are dependent reality. There's no reality for name and form. Is that clear to doctor?
Yes.
So when you say name and form are mithya, let me make it clear. A woman goes to jeweler and says, give me a necklace. So jeweler gives a necklace. What is necklace? Necklace is nothing but gold ornament. He says 200 grams gold is given in the form of necklace. No, give me a necklace without gold. Is there an object called gold? Is there an object called necklace? The gold is a substance. If you remove the substance, there's no object called necklace. The gold is a substance. It appears as a necklace, chain, and ring. They are the form, name and form. But name and form has no independent existence. You cannot get an object called necklace without gold. You cannot get an object called tree without Brahman. You cannot get an object called sun without Brahman. You cannot get an object called moon without Brahman. You cannot get an object called river without Brahman. Brahman plus name and form is called tree. Brahman plus name and form is called sun. Brahman plus name and form is called moon. So, sun has no existence without Brahman. It's a name and form. Moon has no existence without Brahman. Tree has no existence without Brahman. Underlying reality is Brahman. So, what do you see, doctor? You see the tree or Brahman? When you see the tree.
I think we should focus on the underlying reality.
You focus on reality, you're Gnani. If you focus on superficial, you're Adnani. So, okay, a lady comes to a jeweler. She wants to sell her necklace. She says, this necklace, my grandmother gave me. Grandmother gave it to my mother. She gave it to me. I have so much of emotional attachment. Okay. I want to sell this. I have no money. Jeweler doesn't care your emotional attachment. Jeweler doesn't care your grandmother gave or grandfather gave. Doesn't matter. For him, it's 150 grams of gold. Jeweler sees the underlying reality. He doesn't care your emotions or your name and form. For him, underlying reality called gold is important. For woman, emotion is important. Name and form is important. Who gave is important. So people in the world, Adnanis, name and form becomes important emotion attached to that, it becomes important. For Gnani, essence becomes important. So, sun is Brahman, moon is Brahman, God is, everything is Brahman. Sarvam Khaluvidam Brahma. Name and form, out of the five, Asti Bhati Priyam, Nama and Rupa. Asti Bhati Priyam is Brahman. Nama Rupa is Nitya, superimposed on Brahman. Is that clear, doctor?
Yes.
So, when you see any object, the existence of the object is Brahman. Existence cannot be seen. You can see name and form. But you can see your consciousness illuminating it. The consciousness is Brahman. So, do you understand the meaning of Sarvam Khaluvidam Brahma now?
Yes. Yes.
All this is Brahman. When you understand name and Rupa or Nama Rupa is Nitya. There's no object called tree. That's why when you do Namaskara, Surya Namaskara, when you do Gayatri Mantra, whom are you doing Gayatri Mantra for? You are doing Gayatri Mantra for Surya Deva. Deva is the consciousness, existence. Nothing can exist without the consciousness and existence underlying. So people think that Indians offer pranams to Tulsi plant. What kind of people are this? They are giving respect to a plant. The plant we don't see, we see existence in the plant and consciousness illuminating it. So that's why there's Devata there. So everything in the universe is filled with consciousness. Existence is there. Is it clear? So, but we seem to have a understanding. I am conscious. This is matter is separate from me. The consciousness is separate, seems to be separate from matter. So the matter is nothing but takes name and form, Nama Rupa. I identify the body as Nama Rupa. Name and form I identify. That's why it is told, you are not the body, you are not the mind, you are not the intellect. Means your real you is not the body, not the mind, not the intellect. Nanu, nanembudu, nanalla, ideha, manabuddhi, nanalla, sachidanandatma, shivanannane, shivoham, shivoham. You are negating name and form. If you negate name and form of the body, what is there is existence and consciousness. That is Shiva. I am is Shiva. Negate the name and form, then what remains is Shiva. So we have to be very careful about the logic here. Sun is Brahman. Moon is Brahman. Tree is Brahman. You are Brahman. Because underlying reality is Brahman for everybody. But Brahman is not sun. Brahman is not tree. Brahman is not moon. Brahman is something beyond. The other way is not true. So we say, I am body. You are making, I am is Brahman. That you are making body. That's not true. But body is Brahman. Mind is Brahman. That's how Anatma becomes Brahman when you negate name and form. Is the logic clear to Radhika?
Sorry, I was away.
You are awake or away?
Away. So,
Okay. So,
but I understood Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. You are trying to explain Anatma is Atma.
Anatma is Atma, but Atma is not Anatma. That you have to be careful. The other way is not correct. So,
How?
for example, let me take the example of water. Water appears as wave, bubble, foam. Three forms water appears. Wave is water, bubble is water, Foam is water. But water is not a wave. Water is not a foam. Water is not a bubble. Water appears as a wave. Water appears as a bubble. Water appears as foam. So to say water is wave is false. But wave is water is true. Atma is anatma is false. Anatma is atma is true. Is the logic clear to you? So first you say, denying I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect. Because I am is the Atma, I am is the Brahman. That you are making it a small body, which is false. Water you are making a wave, which is false. Atma associating Anatma is false. But Anatma is Atma is true. The other way is true. Because you ignore name and form, it's Atma only.
Understood, Prabhuji. So, wave, water can become a wave, but wave cannot become,
Water can appear as a wave.
appear as a wave,
Water can appear as a bubble. Water
but wave
appear
cannot
as a foam.
appear as water.
No, wave is water only. Wave is water. Foam is water, right? But water is not a wave, because then the moment you say water is a wave, you are associating water with the name and form,
Oh, correct. I understood.
right? Water is more than the name and form now.
Yeah, water can be many things and exist as water. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be a wave.
So even if wave is there, even if foam is there, nothing happens to water. Water is that isness is called Brahman. Brahman appears as a tree, Brahman appears as you, Brahman appears as moon, Brahman appears as sun, but nothing has happened to Brahman, existence. Like water appears as wave, water appears as bubble, water appears as a foam. Nothing happens to water. So to say Brahman is body, I am is body is a false. Deny the name and form. Just I am is Brahman. Then say body is also Brahman. Mind is also Brahman. Brahman is not body. Is this logic clear to doctor?
Yes.
Now understood why Sarvam Khaluvidam Brahma?
Yeah.
So now we have a gap here. The gap is, I can understand everything's existence is correct. Tree is, sun is, I am is also existence. That's fine. But I am conscious. The tree, that stone is not conscious. So here we have to understand, when you say I am, I is consciousness and am is existence. Now, can you separate out consciousness from existence? Can you say, are you aware? Can you say, are you aware? Are you conscious? Yes. Do you exist? Yes. Now make a statement, I am conscious, but I don't exist. Is it possible? Now you make another statement, I exist, but I'm not conscious. The existence and conscious, one reality. They are not two. Even though you use two words, I am, Sat and Chit, we use two words. It's one reality with the Sat and Chit. Is it clear? You can never separate existence and consciousness. But I am conscious. The stone is not conscious. Stone existence I can understand, but consciousness I cannot understand. The stone, the consciousness to manifest, it requires a subtle mind, subtle surface. In the stone, the subtle surface is called mind. In the stone, mind is dormant condition. That's why consciousness is not evident. Existence is evident. Existence is evident in the form of name and form. The consciousness is not evident because there's no reflecting surface for consciousness. In my mind, reflecting surface for consciousness is there. So it doesn't mean that existence alone exists. Existence is consciousness, one reality. So when you say stone is, the isness is existence and isness is consciousness also. But I cannot see consciousness in the stone because there is no surface which manifests the consciousness. Is the logic clear to all?
It's true with everything living.
Huh?
Living, non-living. That.
The no living and non-living is made up of existence and consciousness, which is Brahman. But in non-living, I cannot see consciousness because the mind which is required to show the consciousness is rudimentary. It is there. It's in very rudimentary form. In my mind, in me, mind is more developed. In plants, it's less developed. Consciousness is there, but it's not. Even the mind is less developed, only existence part is seen. When the mind is more developed, one consciousness also is seen. It doesn't mean that stone is not conscious. The consciousness in the stone is not fully manifest, partially manifest, little bit. They say crystals have memory. Is the logic clear to Doctor and Radhika?
Yes, like a light and warmth are integral part of fire, like a inseparable.
Light and heat and light, both are fire. You cannot remove heat and say this is called fire. You cannot remove light and say this is fire. They are one and same. Existence is consciousness. Are we clear? So now I consider myself as conscious and banana is not conscious. Banana is existence. But eating banana, I feel happy. In my own understanding, Chit is myself and Sat is this. Sat and Chit has become one. Ananda is there. When Sat and Chit, even though I don't understand their consciousness here, for me it's existence, banana. For me, I am Chit. Sat and Chit become one. There is an Ananda at any point of time. That's why we want to acquire many things. Sat and Chit become one.
Diamond and gold.
Huh?
Diamond and gold.
Diamond and gold. So now existence is there. The banana exists and I exist. There's a space between me and banana. What is there in the space? What is there in the space? Space exists. Existence you cannot remove from space. Existence appears as space. So, where is no existence in the universe? Everything is existence plus name and form. Even absence of anything, space, is also existence plus name and form. And existence cannot exist without consciousness. Sat and Chit plus name and form is called object. Space, nothing is there, but nothing exists, no. That existence is Brahman. Sat and Chit. Suffering in our life, we see the gap, separation, we see that is separate from me. Without understanding existence is connecting me and banana. If I identify myself with not with the name and form, but with the existence consciousness, then there's no separation between me, you, or anybody in the universe. Is the logic clear, Doctor?
Yeah. Conceptually, it is very clear when the Christ said, treat the neighbor as yourself, that to do that to become part of your subconscious, is it an evolution?
Not evolution. First is a clear understanding. So when you treat your neighbor as yourself, if you misunderstand, neighbor's wife you treat as yourself. You forget the neighbor. Misunderstanding of any concept is a problem. You have to understand clearly and hold on to that understanding very clearly. That understanding becomes deeper in you.
Yes.
Understand? First, the problem is understanding the concept. We misunderstand the concept. When you misunderstand, our mind goes somewhere. When you understand clearly what it means, then that clarity is called Satyam. The Satyam goes deeper and deeper into our mind. The essence of everything and everybody is Brahman, which is Sat, Chit. And Gnani experience of Ananda because nothing is separate from me. Me means existence. Me means Sat and Chit. Nothing can separate from Sat and Chit. There's no separation. Even space also depends on existence.
So there is only one Sat and Chit and Anand. There is only one for everybody.
No, when Sat and Chit seems to be separate, there's no Ananda. Seems to be. But when you understand this gap or separation is not real, in nothingness also Sat and Chit is there, then what will happen? Sat and Chit becomes one reality, all pervading, infinite. That's called Ananda. Are you able to understand the logic? So apparently, the banana is separate from me. Me means this body and mind. This Nama Rupa called name and form called banana is separate from the name and form called Prabhuji. The separation, I don't tolerate separation because I am non-dual, right? But with Jnana, I understand the separation is not real because space is also my existence and consciousness. There's no separation from anybody or anything in the world. Everything in the world is connected. Everything is connected to everything else in the universe in the form of existence, consciousness. And that understanding is Ananda. I am infinite. I means existence, consciousness is infinite. Repeat after me. Akhanda, Ananda, Sanatana, Brahma, Shivoham, Shivoham. Existence cannot be khanda. There cannot be break in existence. Even in space exists. Existence cannot be broken anywhere. It's akhanda. It's ananta, infinite. And that is called Sanatana Brahma, eternal Brahma. And I am Shivoham that. So, am I part of existence or I am existence? Let me ask the question. Doctor, are you part of existence or are you your existence?
I'm existence.
If you say you are part of existence, still there's a part. There is a separation. So, let us say you are a part of existence. We cannot say I am part of existence. So if I say I am part of existence is a part. That becomes khanda. So what is khanda has no reality. What has part cannot be real. Existence is reality. For example, let us take a car. Car has a wheel. Car has a steering wheel. Car has a brake, accelerator, seat. So car has parts called brake, accelerator, seat. Now remove the brake, remove the seat, remove the wheel. Then where is the car? There's no thing called car because it's made up of parts. If existence is made up of parts, then existence is not reality. There's nothing called existence. Brahman has no parts. It's called akhanda. That akhanda Brahman is yourself. This is the meaning of Sarvam Khaluvidam Brahma. So one more thing you have to understand. Name and form. The name is essence of everything. So you call this as table, that as table, that as table. If you see, tables come from various shapes and forms. But the name table is given to all of them. So the name is actually given an identifier for the existence, not for the form. But we confuse with the form. Right? I call it a table, this table, that table, table. Everything is a table. Then what is table? If everything is table, this table is that different from that table is different from this table. But everything is called table, then name is given to something which is not a table. It is given to something which is existence. Existence with form and name and form is called table. That's why name is constant. Forget about table. You are given a name, Jagadish. Okay. So Jagdish is a 1 foot boy. Baby is born. Jagdish, Putta, Jagdish, a small Jagdish. The baby becomes 1 feet, 2 feet, gets married, becomes a man. The body has grown. The mind has changed. The intellect has changed. Then you're still called Jagdish. Why? The name Jagdish is given not to the body, name and form. Name Jagdish is given to somebody, something which is unchanging with the name and form. That's why his name is same. Nama Rupa is Nitya. When you confuse Nama and Rupa with the form, name is given to something which is beyond name and form. Then name is real. Satnam. That we say, no, when the people die, say, Ram Nam Satya, Ram Nam Satya. The truth is given a name called name. The truth behind Jagdish called body and mind is called. The truth behind Dr. Chandramouli is Sat. So that is given the name. But Chandramouli confuses body as the name. People confuse body as the name. That's called Mithya. Is this clear to all? Radhika? Chandramouli?
Yes.
So now tell me, what do you want to know? Sarvam Khaluvidam Brahma.
So for me, I think I can rest only when, I know the whole universe is in my mind. Only that helped me rest. So my mind wouldn't go out to anybody else because everything is in me. So
Right.
that
So,
only helped me very much.
That entire universe, what you say, considering stars, moons, planets, it is appearing in the physical space. It's called Bhutakasha. And where is the Bhutakasha appearing? In your mind. It's called Chittakasha. The Bhutakasha is nothing but a thought in your mind. If Chittakasha is there, no Bhutakasha. And where is Chittakasha appearing? In your consciousness space, awareness space, Chittakasha. And that awareness space is what you are. That what you are is called Brahman. Are we clear?
Yes.
Okay. So this is about what we call as Sarvam Khaluvidam Brahma. So another example I'll give just to make the drive home the concept clearly. I am different from you. You are a woman, I am a man. Right? Woman has a name and a form, and man has a form. As a form, we are different. But as human being, I and you are one. I am human being, you are human being. There is no separation, difference between me and you. But as a man, I am different. If I give importance to form, I am different from you. If I give importance to slightly something bigger than form, which is actually human being, then I and you are one. Human is because of human body. Being is essence, Atma. Suppose you give importance to being, I am and stone are different. The being, if you consider existence, I and stone are one at the existence level. So I am one with the all aspect of creation, entire creation. That's the meaning of Sarvam Khaluvidam Brahma. So you are connected to everything in the universe. And everything in the universe is connected to everything else in the form of existence consciousness. Shall we do one experiment? Take your right hand, do like this. Okay. Now tell me, this finger, with the left hand, show me where is the beginning of this finger and ending of this finger. Yes, Jagdish, where is the beginning of this finger and ending of this finger? With the left hand, you show me. Beginning of this finger which you are moving, where is the beginning and what is the end? You show me. End. Sorry, beginning and end, you said. Okay. Now, if this is the end, Can this finger move without blood? Without blood, can the finger move? So, where is the blood coming from? No, blood is coming to the joint, but where is it coming from? So, is heart also is the beginning of finger? Right? Because our mind says this is the finger, name. But heart also is connected to finger. Otherwise, the blood cannot come there. Right? The heart is connected to blood, finger. So now, heart is pumping blood. Because brain is operating. If brain is dead, you cannot function. So, beginning of the finger is here. But is the end here? In the brain? Our mind says finger is only this much. But really, if you look at it, brain doesn't operate, finger cannot operate now. Then where is the beginning, where is the end? It is here. Now, can the brain operate without lungs operating? Okay. So, can the brain operate lungs without lungs operating? So, the finger beginning is here, end is here. So, can lungs operate without air? So, where is the beginning? Beginning is here, end is here, air. Can air be there without earth? Beginning of finger is here, earth is connected. Can earth be there without sun? The beginning of finger is there, sun is there also. Can sun exist without galaxy? So beginning of here, finger is here, the end is somewhere in the galaxy. So in our mind, we are cutting that entire thing into pieces by giving some name. In reality, everything in the universe is connected through 5 elements, Panchabhutas. We ignore that. We give importance to only name and form. Really, underlying reality, we don't give. Is this logic clear to Radhika, Dr. Ram, Dr. Chandramudi?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you have any questions related to what I have spoken? Anybody sitting here has a question on Sarvam, Khaluvidam, Brahma. All this is Brahman. Yeah, you have a question. Ask.
So it's the same thing that in theory we understand that, yes, but are we living?
Yeah. What is the difference between living and understanding?
Yes.
Let me ask you. What is difference between living and understanding?
Again, by intellect, we know that, yes, the way you're explaining, everything is connected and but when I'm, say, interacting with her, and for some reason I don't like her or whatever, so I'm not seeing, I'm seeing the name and the form, but not the...
Throughout your life, you have given importance to life, name and form.
Name.
Okay? So, it is like driving a car. When you are learning initially consciously, you have to learn consciously. Where to gear is there, where is the accelerator? Then gradually, what is conscious becomes unconscious also. It becomes living experience. You have to hold in your consciousness Sarvam Khaluvidam Brahma. Then it goes deeper into unconscious also.
So the same prakriya you were saying, it applies here also.
So if the thought becomes deeper, everything is Brahman, I am Brahman, that becomes your living experience. That's called Nididhyasa.
When we say extension of the same thing could be Ajativada, nothing was born, nothing was dead, Shiva and Shakti, and everything is one, but movement and the still ocean, the waves and the ocean.
Yeah. Ajativada means, Jati means creation. There is no creation. Everything is either unmanifest and appears as manifest. Right. And what is manifest disappears as unmanifest. The wave was in water in unmanifest form. It appeared as a water wave and it becomes again water. There's no creation of only appearance of wave which was unmanifest becomes manifest. That's called Ajativada. Right?
Yes.
It was dormant earlier. unmanifest form, it became wave, appeared as wave, then it became dormant again, unmanifest. Unmanifest to manifest, manifest to unmanifest is not creation. It's just an appearance. Your question is, this is understanding. How understanding can be living experience. So when you started doing cooking, your mother told you, or somebody told you, how much salt has to be put, how much masala has to be put, how much water has to be put. It's a conscious learning happened. Over a period of time, you don't even think. You are looking at somewhere. It has become your living experience. Your whole body mind complex has learned it. Same thing is driving. So as the truth sinks deeper into your unconscious subconscious, it becomes your living experience. If it's a surface level of mind, still it's understanding. The how to sink it deeper, because constantly you have to contemplate on that. That's called nididhyasa. You have to hold on to the truth. Are you holding on to truth? That nididhyasa practice, there are two types of nididhyasa, antar nididhyasa and bhaya nididhyasa. Inner and outer. So that we have to practice. By nididhyasa, we are abiding in the self, abiding in the reality. If you don't abide in the reality, it just becomes a surface level. It is understanding, which is jnana, aproksha jnana. But aproksha jnana, you have to become jnana nishta, established in jnana. That's why I told you in the morning. Get established in jnana. So you are thinking that she is the name and form, because right from childhood you are conditioned. You are conditioned consciously about that. So now you have to go to unconditioning. She is not name and form. She is Brahman. That truth you have to hold on. You have to hold on to truth in nididhyasa. Is it clear to all? Radhika, Gayatri, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sriram, are you there?
Yes, Guruji, I'm here.
Yeah, you are in a hostel or you are at home?
No, I'm not at home.
Oh, okay. Is the logic clear to you? What I said?
Yes, very clear.
Okay. So, Gayatri, are you there? Or okay, can we give a break of a few minutes? Then we'll rejoin. If people want, I can teach nididhyasa, antar nididhyasa and bhaya nididhyasa. Then we'll close for the day. You are okay. ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲೇ Sri Rama will be breaking for 15 minutes. After that, we'll join again for Nididhyasa.
Okay.